Hello there, it's me, Pastor Ericka. I'm here with you today, and I want to talk about what it means to fight like a girl. I know you've heard most of the time when people say you fight like a girl, it implies weakness or low impact. Well, I want to prove them wrong. It implies something totally different from a biblical point of view. You know, we've had women in the earlier times who had to fight for their right to vote, fight for their education and their right to lead and be leaders. And it created monsters out of some of us. We become dogmatic feminists, or either we're passive housewives, allowing anything to go, afraid of the world. Then we have those who are 21st century media self-indulged women, I'm important kind of woman. But all of that is wrong. We don't need another dogmatic feminist movement. We don't need another passive housewife. And we definitely don't need another self-indulged woman. What we need is great balance. And who's better to show us that than Deborah in the Bible, in the book of Judges, chapter 4, a woman who was known to be both domestic, yet a leader, and a daughter of the Lord. Deborah, you got to read along with me with that. That's what we'll be talking about this whole blog. I'm going to dig in a little bit of what makes her special and why fighting like a girl is valuable. With the years of oppression that women have experienced, it caused a lot of us to change our demeanor, our expression, our graceful tone has changed, just to prove that, hey, I've got what it takes. Just to prove, man, I'm not weak. Just to prove that your impact matters. Well, what if I said you didn't have to change none of that? You can still be graceful and powerful at the same time. It's called balance. The balance of what it is. Fighting like a girl means having a sense of balance. Can you say that with me? Balance. We need it. It's okay to be you. See, when we fight like a girl, we hide behind our daddy. When you have a little girl, some of you do, and they're little babies, and they go to their dad. And I remember going to my dad and I said, Daddy, because I had a problem I needed solved. And he'll say, I'm going to fix it. And he gets to walking. And you know where I'm standing? I'm standing by his side, knowing that I can hide behind him at any moment. And when he blows, I blow with him. And so my impact is greater. Deborah not only gave out wisdom at that tree and was a wife, but she knew to rise to the occasion when the Lord was leading her to rescue the children of Israel. Let me just give you a little history. In that time, the children of Israel had experienced liberation for 80 years. And then they decided to do evil in the sight of the Lord. They wanted to do their own thing. And when they did that, God gave them over into the hands of a king who was harsh and cruel named King Jabin. And he had 900 chariots of iron. That represented an invincible type of army. So they didn't see it possible for them to rise up against him. So on that 20th year, because they were in 20 years of harsh treatment, so in that 20th year, they began crying out to the Father, send us a deliverer, deliver us, save us. And you know who the Lord used? A little domestic woman who sat underneath a tree, giving wisdom in her community, kind of like my own community, giving wisdom in her community. And she prayed and loved God so much, and her ears were attentive to what he was saying. And so she ended up having an answer. She called for Barak, and she said, hey, the Lord said, go up against Syria, and he will give you the victory. And I don't know, he must have thought she was like, are you insane, woman? Maybe he thought that. I don't know, because he said, I will if you go with me. I guess he was calling her bluff. But this was a woman of prayer who knew what it was to fight like a girl. She knew her muscles alone was not strong enough. She knew that her heart, as big as it was not powerful enough. But she knew most of all that she had her daddy backing her up. And it was his voice that instructed the call and the commission to go against Syria. So she said, sure thing, I'm going. But just know this, that this battle will be given, the honor of this victory will be given to a woman. And that woman's name was Jarrell. We'll find out about her a little more in this vlog. However, are you listening to the Father's voice? Do you pray? Do you fight like a girl? Do you stand up? Are you courageous enough to stand up when you hear the Father say stand up, because you know that it's his impact, not yours? Well, I'm going to challenge you. It's okay to fight like a girl. It's okay to stand behind your Father and say, Lord, I'll do whatever you call me to do. I'll hear your voice and I'll believe it at any cost. Like Pastor Jay is preaching this awesome series called I Believe God. I'm feeding on it right now. I'm feasting on it, may I say. And are you believing God? That's something Deborah did. She believed God. And so it was so easy for her to say, yeah, I'll go. She wasn't counting her muscles in. She wasn't putting up her dukes, seeing how her impact works. But she was counting on a covenant relationship she had with the Father. And so she said, you can count me in. It's time, ladies. Rise up. It's time to start fighting like a girl. I'm challenging you to read Judges chapter 4. Check it out. See the balance this woman had. To be courageous and fight like a girl don't mean depriving your family life. It simply means hiding behind your Father God. Have a blessed day.